Hey guys, welcome back to another n8n video for healthcare. So in this tutorial video for n8n, we are going to share on this thing called AI powered feedback management auto capture ring tool that we could do feedback management, capturing of feedback, patient experience through automation in n8n. So in a way, you could say that what if every single patient or customer who visits your clinic or your healthcare institution receives an automated, personalized feedback request generated by AI within certain boundaries, perfectly timed and in their own language without you really having intervention? And what if AI could help you sort out negative reviews and trigger an alert or follow-up to staff to work on it in the form of a personalized follow-up, right? And all that is pretty straightforward in that sense. That means you don't have to go and look through and interpret people's so-called questionnaires or even people's open-ended responses to their experience in, their healthcare experience at that point in time. So in a sense, with that, let's look at this in terms of how patients today are sharing feedback with clinics and service business. They either say they ask the counter, or they feel awkward, or they feel having a bit of recency bias. They may not want to say bad things, or they may just use a particular situation to comment, bad service in that sense. And likely when patients do send all these responses in terms of email surveys or questionnaires, they send it 3 weeks later and no one can really remember what happened, right? So this is the overview flow. Starting from the entry point, there are altogether 3 triggers. So you see 1, 2, 3. The 3 possible triggers is a booking webhook in either your CRM, customer relationship management system, to check whether it's time to send that so-called feedback to the patient. So we actually calculate that little time, the time delay, the send delay is being calculated here. And it says that perhaps maybe we want to send this survey 36 hours after any appointment by default. So, and check whether there's this thing called a duplicated check here, where we check whether the information or the questionnaire or the survey has already been sent to the patient, because you just don't want to double send a similar copy to the patient from multiple sources, which is kind of like, oh, not good, right? And of course, we will check through everything and wait for the time to send, right? So it's pretty straight. What's next is this thing called the AI questionnaire generation within certain boundaries. We could get the AI to read into the electronic health record to make sure the appointment detail is there, the waiting time is being looked at and stuff like that. So this is just some examples. And then we will have some personalized message in the form of 3 to 4 questions, maximum 5. Always would be in a form of getting them to do an overall rating. One question should be about specific to the visit type, and also an NPS score, whether to recommend, likelihood to recommend, and stuff. And of course, sending and retrying logic, where I think when we decide to build that little message and we send it out, it kind of goes through to SMS or to WhatsApp, and we actually wait for a reply. And of course, if the send fail, we will retry and send it again. So this is more of a feedback loop to make sure that it's a more of a service recovery to make sure that nothing fails, right? Next is waiting for X time for patients to reply. And even if patients do reply, you'll get that little receipt that the feedback has been received. So did the patient reply? If the patient did reply, there will be an AI analysis feedback channel that actually kind of analyzes what the patient replied, right? And of course, if the patient didn't reply, so that's why there's a false. The false line comes about. So the false line comes about where the patient did not reply. So then that's where you can actually decide whether you want to let it go or you want to send a discount offer. And if you send a discount offer or even a coupon or something, you can actually, you just wait maybe 3 days or 2 days for the patient to reply, followed by a final nudging if the patient didn't reply. And maybe let's kind of like stop right here. And then after that, we will send the review request and log it as no reply, right? So this is the best that we can do to say the patient did not reply, and so be it. Let's stop annoying the patient, right? Another few ones that we could look at is a few other things like if the patient replied something that is not very so-called good experience, it's a negative feedback, you could send a nurture offer in the sense to even a coupon to send to kind of like try and do service recovery. And that's where you log it into your sheet of this bad experience, right? Where is that? Okay, so anyway, so then this is the part where it alerts the team, right? And it creates a task. So these two are the point of view where a bad feedback was received somewhere along the line. And instead of saying thank you for your feedback, you would say how we can improve the situation, how we can make things better, what needs to be fixed, and we'll get back to the patient, or we assign a task to someone in the organization to look at the issue and get back to the patient to say we have looked into it. And or you can don't even get back to the patient at all, it's fine, it might be an internal thing. But all in all, it creates a task for, based on the negative feedback, it creates a task for patient, for the staff to kind of work on. So all in all, this is the so-called overview of the feedback capturing approach, feedback management approach that AI can help you with through n8n. Basically, in summary, it tracks firstly duplication of sending feedback forms to people so that you don't receive too many. It automatically builds a questionnaire message for you to collect your necessary data. It resends after a while if patient does not reply, and it even helps to generate some sort of coupon to encourage patients to reply. And of course, if the patient eventually does not reply, we will stop sending nudges. After 2 or 3 nudges, we'll stop sending. And if you do receive a bad negative feedback, there is a task assigned to somebody to look at it, and we'll store it inside a data repository. So all in all, this is the overall workflow. My name is Dexter, and do feel free to comment in the comment section below on what do you think of this workflow, any feedback, enhancements. And as always, if you like this video, remember to like, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.